My name is Dom, and today I'm going to show you how to build a dashboard view with CSS Grid in View. So in the end it will look like this. Yeah, and I'm going to show you how to build it. First of all, I'm creating a new project. Okay, and now we wait until it's done. Okay, now the project is done. We can now start it with npm run serve. Yeah, and what I'm going to do now is first of all create all the components that we can later on register them and then start styling with a CSS Grid. Yep. Okay, so first of all, we don't need the hello world in here. We don't want that. And also the image, we don't need it. Now it's getting an error because we have no child element in the template. That's fine. We give it a div and a class of dashboard. Now the error's gone, and now I'm starting with creating the sidebar section view, and in here give it a simple template, also with the div and the class sidebar and an h1 sidebar. Okay, that's it for the sidebar, and now we continue until we have all our sections. Now main section, also a template, class main gets nature as well, main section. Now I want a node section. Also div node or nodes section. Okay. Now I guess we also need a header section. Also a template, and this is basically all the same for the components. Just a div and this h1 tag. Okay, and one more, we need statistics, big section view. Also the h1. Okay, I think now we have everything what we need, and we can register it in our View app. So here we first of all import our components. Main section from components main section. Okay, I copy and paste it so I can just make my life a bit easier. We have the node section. We have the header. Oh, whoops. Okay, so also the sidebar, of course, and what is missing? The statistics. Okay. Now we also need to declare it in our components. Node section, the header, sidebar, and our statistics. Yeah, and now we can use them in our template. So main section. So okay, and the notes section as well. Yeah, okay, cool. Now everything should be done, and you can see this is now the result we got here, all the sections, and can see it's all in this dashboard div. Nice and structured. So now we start by adding some CSS, and yeah, I go this. Okay, cool. Yeah, so for now I will first of all give these some colors, so we can see the difference a bit better. And since I gave all these sections a class, I can style it from here because it's not scoped or anything. Okay, I just have to figure out how. Okay, the sidebar, yeah, the main notes, the header, and what else do we have? Statistics. Okay, cool. Okay, now I give them some colors, background colors, of course, so you can see the difference a bit better. I just take some basic colors in here. No hex code or anything. Whoops. Got this. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Maybe, yeah, a section should be like this. Okay. Okay, cool. So now we have our sections, yeah, colorized. Now, since we have the colors for all our sections, I'm going to start with the layout now. For this, since it's all in this dashboard class, I'm going to create it here. And yeah, first of all, I don't. I want the box sizing to be border box. Padding pixel. Okay. So now I'm going to do this, of course, with CSS Grid. So first of all, we need to declare it as a grid. Okay. It should be display. So okay, nice. And now I'm give it rows first, and I want 3 rows. The first one is 1 fraction, 3 fractions, and 2 fractions. And also I want this columns, one fraction, two fraction, and one fraction like this. Okay, now you can already see some kind of difference. We created a grid. If you can see, here's the grid. This is yeah, the result from declaring the rows and columns. And fraction basically means one fraction. It takes one part of the available space. So if I declare 3 fractions, it would take 3 parts of the available space overall in the grid. And yeah, it makes for me it makes kind of sense to use it. You could also go with percentages, would also work, or you could go with pixels. Yeah, all this the classic units work here in the CSS Grid, but I pretty much always go with a fraction because it's just so simple, and yeah, I like it. So now, since we have this, I hope I made it clear what this means. So we declared our rows and our columns. Of course, we can't see the third row because we don't have it right here. But yeah, it's all makes sense if I go on. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to give all our sections a grid area name. And we need the grid area name to specify or declare the grid area to later on position our grid areas. So I'm start with the sidebar, and I'm give it is grid area of sidebar. Oops, okay. Yeah. And you see it's already changing, but that's okay. It may break here because one part is missing. Okay, the main, also a grid area for the nodes, and with this I just specify these grid areas so I can work with them later. The header and also sticks. Okay, fine. Now everything is named, I guess, so we can use it. Yeah, so there are many ways for us to specify the grid in CSS, but I think the template areas for me works the best in most cases, or not in most cases, but if you have a bigger grid, it's pretty easy to understand what's happening, and also for other people working with the code, they just see your template area and it's pretty clear how it's structured. So this is very useful, I think. And now I'm show you how to use it. So we have these names, these grid areas, and we can now use it. And you have to think of some kind of, yeah, you have to think of the grid, how you want it. Where do you want the sidebar? Where do you want the header? Where do you want the node? And this is it in the end, how to set it up in here. So. Where the node section is. Okay, so now you can see what I mean. It's pretty easy because you have your grid and you specify where should your grid areas go. And now here I'm saying the sidebar is going from here to here. So in my rows it starts at 1 and it goes all the way down to 3. That's why I give it 3 rows here. So it expands all the way down. And yeah, that's the same with the header and the node. It's basically pretty easy, I guess, and you could also play around with it. Yeah. So now I say I want four parts of the available space on the 3rd row, and yeah, I get it. I could also go ahead and make 200 pixels. Would also work, or 500 pixels. So yeah, I think it's pretty nice. What I want to do right now, I always, for the dashboard, I give it a grid gap. So you can see now it's a bit more differentiated from each other. So you can call which one is which. You could also make it smaller. In this view, maybe I make it a little bit smaller. And what else can we do if we want the real kind of dashboard looking view is to give it a height. And I like to give it this 100 view height, so it takes up all the space from your current view. So when you make it big, it's yeah looking actually quite decent, I think. Yeah, this margin top from the app that was styling, that was declared when you start the project. So I removed this margin top. We don't need the margin top here, and now you can see it. It looks quite good, I think. So we also can do another thing I like to do is give all these sections a border radius. So I go with this and like that, and now you can see it actually looks quite good, and it was pretty easy to do. So you can now play around with it. Yeah, you can increase the gap basically, or you can go ahead and change stuff in here, stuff in here. Yeah, make the sidebar bigger, make the sidebar smaller. And what's cool about this, you can pretty much do every layout with Grid. Every layout you want, you can do it. You can just specify these areas and then use them in here. And yeah, so with that, I think I'm done. Clear, feel free to ask me. I give my best to help you and answer your questions. And that's basically it. So I hope you liked it. Hope I could show you something new. And yeah, until next time. See you.